Also interesting is Mike Huckabee's latest comment about if he were to run for president, I would presume as a Republican, of course, as he has in the past, he would be doing it in part, he says, not to impose Christian theocracy, but rather because he feels the need to fight what he sees as an existing secular theocracy. I know that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but let's listen to what the former governor had to say.
Is because we've just divorced ourselves from common sense. We've divorced ourselves from an understanding that we cannot survive as a republic if we do not become, once again, a God-centered nation that understands that our laws do not come from man, they come from God. It's the natural law of God. Our founders really understood that and believed it.
They did.
Now, I'm not saying that a person should run and say, let's have a theocracy, because I don't think we should.
It's ridiculous.
No, that's not what even our founders want.
We have a theocracy right now. It's a secular theocracy.
That's it. It's a humanistic, secular,
Absolutely.
Atheistic,
Forced
even
us.
antagonistic toward Christian faith.
Yep.
And that's what we need to understand. Our basic fundamental rights are being robbed from us, taken from us, piece by piece.
Let's explore this, Lewis. What are the definitions of the words that he's using? A secular theocracy. A theocracy is a system of government in which priests rule in the name of God or a God. And priest doesn't have to be a Catholic priest. It can be, you know, a clergy from whatever religion we're talking about, where clergy rules in the name of God. A secular society is one that has attitudes, activities, or other things that have no religious or spiritual basis. You cannot have, by the fundamental dictionary definition of secular and theocracy, a secular theocracy, unless you are one of these people, which maybe Mike Huckabee is, who sees non-religiosity as a sort of religion, which, as we've talked about, Lewis, is ridiculous. It's like saying not collecting stamps is a hobby. It makes no sense.
If you are an atheist, if you have no religion, you do not worship any deity. There is no. You're right. It makes no sense. This kind of reminds me of when Newt Gingrich said that radical Islamists were going to take over the country and impose atheism on people.
Exactly. That's exactly the first thing that radical Islamists would want to do, make everybody non-religious, which is ridiculous, actually, as we know. This is getting funny, though, because we have Mitt Romney thinking about maybe running again, and he would now be focusing on poverty, as laughable and as stunning as that is, an admission. We have Mike Huckabee, who, if he runs, would be running to prevent or destroy what he sees as a secular theocracy. These Republican primary debates could be some of the best TV watching we've seen in decades.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think they're setting themselves up here for some pretty big falls.
Next, we have word of a sentence for former anonymous member Barrett Brown. We will talk about that. And Google is doing record spending lobbying, but it's not exactly what you might think. We'll tell you about that and more, and your voicemails coming up later today.